Okay, everybody, today I'm going to show you how to do a CMA. Now, this is how I do a CMA, and there's 1,000 different ways to do one, so this is just how I do it. There may be agents out there who do it differently, use different criteria, switch things around. That's cool. This is how I do it, okay? So first thing I do is I go to Real List, and when I go to Real List, I'm going to type in the address, and it's going to show me the tax records. Now, the least amount of information you put in here, usually the better you are, the better off you are. Ooh, don't even know my own address. Okay, so the tax records pop up. So 4-bed, 3-bath, 3,100 square feet. Yes, I only paid $260 for it back in 1997, and I've lived there forever. Now, what's really great about this is this will give us all the information. So number of beds, number of baths, how big it is, all that good stuff. The real AVM is just kind of a guesstimate from CoreLogic on what the price your home is. So they give me a price of $532,387 with a 78%. 78% is not that great, so I'm going to need to do the CMA and make sure it's good. Now, to give you a range too, and like this one says that it's 13%. So they take the 532 and they go 13% low and 13% high and kind of see how it goes. Now, this is a good range. So as long as you're within this range, you're usually pretty good. If you're not within this range, then that kind of tells you there's something going on there. Now, it also tells you the mortgage that you have on the house. And how much you owe, when's the last time it's sold, all that. If it's active, it'll pull up the MLS, so you can pull up the old MLS numbers, okay? So typically what I'll do is I'll print this out, just print, quick, and you're on your way. Now once I get that, I go to the MLS and I will do a search. Typically, I'll do active, contingent, pending inspection, pending and sold. I don't do canceled, temporarily off market, expired, because they didn't sell for a reason, so I'm not going to use that data, okay? And then I will go over here. Now, beds, my house has 4 beds. It's got 2.5 baths. It's 3,100 square feet. So usually I'll go 200 to 300 either way, depending. So I'll go, depending on how big the house is, to 3,400. Now, when you get into the houses this big, there's usually a bigger gap on the higher end. So instead of doing 3,400, I might just do like 4,000 or something just to get enough comps, okay? So then I go to the map. And I will put in my address. And for some reason, this isn't working today. Let me see if it works again. It doesn't, but I know where my house is. So I go all the way down and I do the old-fashioned way. I pull it up. All right, so there's 2 in my neighborhood. Basically, what you want to do is you want to get as close to your neighborhood as you can. Now, houses in my neighborhood don't sell very often. So I'd have to really go back and see what's going on there. So this one is actually in Federal Way. It's not in Northeast Tacoma. So I probably wouldn't be able to use that one. Nice house though, good price. Yeah, it looks good to me. So nothing showed up. So I have one of 2 options. I can either go out wider. So I could pull these up even though they're in a little different neighborhood, or I can ease up on my criteria. So let's say I'll go 2.5 plus and go back to the map and see what that gave me. All right, still nothing. There's another one around the corner in Federal Way. Those are nice. They have the really nice views. So they're going to be a little more expensive than mine. I just have a Mount Rainier view, not a Puget Sound view. Okay, so I got to go back to my criteria and maybe go 4 baths and then maybe do 24, like I said, to 4,000 and see what happens. Okay, go back to the map. Alright, so finally one in my neighborhood showed up, so 525. Now you'll see some other ones here, 800, let's see. Yep, those all have different views, so I probably won't use that one. What was the price of that one? 618. Probably won't use that one either. I might use these though. Yeah. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to use everything in Northeast Tacoma, and then if it's got a view, I'll shy away from that view. I'm going to stay pretty close though, to make sure I got them all. Okay. So then I'll go to results. They gave me 19 results, so that's pretty good. And these are all in Northeast Tacoma because I want to make sure I have a Northeast Tacoma address and not a Federal Way address. So next thing I do is I'll click on them and I will go through them. So I'll click that. Is my house better than this one? My house is pretty similar to this one. So I'm going to click on that. It's a little bit smaller. That's okay. And then I'm going to click the next one. And this one's not as nice as mine. I'm still going to click on that. Okay, because that's pretty comparable. And then this one is pretty comparable. Don't like the paint colors, but that's in my neighborhood. It's sold for still active at 535. Okay, and that one was a repo. Pretty much same square footage, same everything. So that's a pretty good comp. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one and see if it actually sells. So this is Melissa's house. Same square footage. Mine's 20 years newer. She sold for 450. And then I could go through and just keep going through the photos, right? So, been in that house. Basically, I'm going to click them all. I'm not going to go through them here on this video. That one's pretty nice. Let me see. Yeah, 419. Yep, I have got a Mount Rainier view pretty similar to that one. Mine's a little nicer than that one. So that's at 499. Okay, this one doesn't even compare really because it's only in the 400s. Okay, this one's probably a little more. 2,800 square feet. I have a feeling they have a mountain view. I think they tried to sell this house once before too, and it did sell. This one's pretty nice. Maybe a little over the top. I think I would probably get rid of some of that furniture. See if they've got a view. No view. Oh, a little view. So a little view there. So that one's pretty nice too. Okay, that one's a little more expensive, 4,000 square feet. It's got some views. I'm going to take that one off. Okay, now we're into the solds. This one's same. Different builder though. So mine's a kind of custom 1970s, 1997. My property is bigger. Yeah, this one's pretty ugly, so we're not going to use that one. Okay, this one's more like mine. Wow, they really auction property. So this is an auction property, so I'm going to take that one off. I won't use that one. We don't want auction properties. Okay, this one had multiple offers. 402. It's a little cheaper. That's not very attractive. So that one's not as nice as mine. So. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll just keep going. So I'll keep going down the line. This one looks a lot like mine, so let's see. Okay, that's cute. Nice floor. Got a brand new floor. Dining room. Okay, kitchen. Kind of the same. I have new appliances. That one's a little nice. Yep, master. Yep. Looks the same. Okay, so that's a pretty good comp, 475. I think I might go a little bit higher because I have a view and they don't. They live on the golf course. Okay, about the same square footage though. All right, so let's just assume that I went through all these and these are the ones that I picked. Okay, that one's brand new and it's on. Okay, that one's got a pretty nice, nope, no view, so I'll use that one. And that one's a lot bigger, so we won't use this one, and I think they have a view. All right, so what happens is once we do all that, then what I'm going to do is go to print, and then CMA one-liner. I'm going to pull up the CMA one-liner, and I'm going to take a look. So these are the actives, and the average is 169 for those. Now those don't have views. The one at 161 has a view, so we might use that, and that's in my neighborhood. So we're thinking 162-ish. All right, North Shore Parkway, blah, blah, blah. So the average sold is 162. The low is 144, and the high is 180. And none of these had views. So, all right, so we'll kind of take a look at that. So I have 3,166 square feet. If I times that by 168, that gets me at 531,888. So that kind of tells me where I'm at right in there. All right, so I looked at that. All looks good. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that, get back to here. And then I'm going to print out that CMA one-liner, though, so that when I go to put it in Cloud CMA, I have the MLS numbers and so on and so forth. Okay, so I did all that. Now the last step that I do is I go back to the criteria, right? I click off everything. So let's say I'm going to sell my house for $525. Okay, sounds like a good number, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 500 to 550. And I live in area 94, 95. So I'm going to find out what my competition is. So right now there's 3 houses within that price range. Here's one of them, Northeast Country Club. A little bit smaller than mine for $519. Okay, I think mine's nicer. Another one on Country Club. This one's a little bit smaller for $520. Okay, and then the last one is actually in my neighborhood for $525. A little more square footage, although I have a better view. He's got a 2-car garage. I've got a 3. So I'm feeling pretty good, right? Because this is my competition. So I might go a little bit higher. I might try 550 and see what happens and see if I can get that just because of the additional views. All right. So there you go. That's how we kind of do that. Good luck.